about 4 pillows. And if you've got blocks, that's even better. And then a strap or a belt or anything that you like to use as a strap. And then you can either start seated with a pillow underneath your hips or on your knees, sitting on your knees. And roll your shoulders back and down, close your eyes. You can put your palms anywhere that's comfortable on your knees, in your lap if you are seated. And just take a second to ground and take a few breaths and just catch into yourself. And while you do that and you focus on your breath, I am going to read today's act of kindness and suggested act of kindness from this book. So you can even place your hand on your heart and take a second to welcome yourself onto your mat as a form of gratitude for being here. So the kingdom of God is as if someone would scatter seed on the ground and would sleep and rise night and day, and the seed would sprout and grow. He does not know how. The process of growth is an incredible wonder. We plant seeds, but we aren't really sure what is involved in making it grow. Science can tell us these days the amazing process of growth, but it's nothing that we do. We just wait for nature to take its course. Jesus described God's kingdom like this. We don't have to worry about how things are going. We just need to trust that things are happening and that our faithfulness to the Lord's work, universe, source, guide, will result in sprouting and growth. So the suggested act of kindness is bring a plant to someone who enjoys gardening. And now you can slowly butterfly or eyes open. Push your chest slightly forward to kind of activate your core as well. Take one big inhale and feel the front of your body expanding like a balloon. And then sigh it out. On your next inhale, take your hands behind you and clasp them. Roll your shoulder blades up, back, and down. And then on your exhale, bring your left hand onto your right hip. Push your right elbow out and then follow your gaze behind your right shoulder. Take a few deep breaths here, and I always encourage you to close your eyes and really feel this out. And look as far back as possible to really encourage that stretch in your neck. We are going to change the direction of our head soon, so just feel it, even if you're not feeling too much tension. Really push that right elbow to make it straight and in line with your body. Allow your breath to take you wherever you need to be. In this class, we are going to be exploring ourselves a little by discussing the first of the 8 limbs of yoga, which is the yamas. And that's how you want to treat those around you. Take one big inhale. Feel your chest expand or push forward slightly. And then on your exhale, bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. And you can look slightly up, but not all the way up, more diagonal. And feel that stretch in the side of your neck. Again, you can close your eyes. And even take a second to think of how you treat others and see what comes up in this practice. Are you happy with the way you treat others? How does it feel, even based off of your last interactions with people? You can take this opportunity to move your chin up and down, almost as if you're trying to paint the front of the room, and take any intuitive motion now that might feel good to relieve any tension in your neck and your shoulders. Take one big conscious inhale, and then on your exhale, bring your head back to center. Release your wrists from your side and pull your wrists back behind you as if you're trying to like reach the back of the floor, but don't make that your goal. Hug those shoulder blades in. Take one big inhale, lift up through your chest, make your chin nice and square to the ground. And then on your exhale, bring your fists to the left side of your body now, making your left shoulder in line or your elbow in line with your shoulder to the side. And then follow it to your gaze as if you're trying to look back behind you and feel your neck stretching. Hug in that core and close your eyes. And before we explore the yamas, try and think of maybe your own intention without even considering the yamas. Take one big inhale, and then on your exhale, drop that left ear towards the left shoulder. Lift your chin up slightly, dropping both your shoulders down as if you're trying to hug your shoulder blades still in towards each other. Feel that nice opening in your neck. You can now take the opportunity to do those nods or any of those intuitive motions that might feel nice for you. Take one big conscious inhale. Feel your body expand. And then on your exhale, bring your head back to center and release your hands from behind you. You can do some twinkles with your hands, some jazz fingers. On your next exhale or inhale, drop your left hand down to your leg or into your lap. Take your right hand and place it on your collarbone and just gently push down while you look up to the left corner of the room. Just stay here for a breath or two. We won't be here for so long. Do any movement you think you might need. That's the beauty of yoga, is to yoke, to become oneself. So really feel what you need in this moment. I can only help guide you. On your next exhale, drop your right hand down. Take your left hand on your inhale. Look up towards the ceiling or the right corner of the room. And just pull gently down on that collarbone. Maybe make any of those movements you think you might need. Encouraging that stretch. Yes, we definitely have the kitty joining us. She just wasn't interested in hanging out. Then on your next exhale, you can release. Take your pillow now, if you would like, and you can put it between your hips and your heels. Spread your knees as wide as your mat. And then you can grab a pillow and place it in between your legs as well. And then take two pillows. I'm going to fold mine to encourage a deeper stretch and place it on either side of the middle pillow so that you have space in between for your head to drop down. Inhale, look up or look in front of you, puff your chest forward, and then slowly walk your hands down onto the mat while trying to keep the connection between your hips and your heels until you have your elbows out onto each side of your pillow and lower your head down, grabbing your hands behind you so you can clasp them to have your thumbs placed downwards on towards your neck. And allow your hands to put a little bit of pressure into your neck and almost have a push pull kind of motion where you're pushing into your neck with your hands and your neck is pushing into your hands. And you can use the pillows or blocks if you have to allow you to give you more leverage on in terms of pushing. And stay here for a few breaths. Just get in touch with your breaths here. In this pose, in child pose, we're going to introduce the first of the yamas, which is non-violence. So while breathing into this pose and feeling the innocence of a child, you know that the first, I guess, intuition is to not be violent. And what that means in terms of with others and with yourself. Allow yourself with every exhale to see if you can lower your chest closer towards the mat. If you start to feel any strain on your neck, you are more than welcome to relax that push and pull motion and use your hands that are placed on your neck to almost give yourself a massage. So you can push any of the points that you might have, any tension that you did feel, you can almost massage those out and don't feel shameful for doing that. This is your act of non-violence to yourself, is to feel what you need and to give you that special attention. Allow your shoulders to drop away from your ears and relax your face at the same time. Because our arms are up and we're stretching our armpits, you can also drop your shoulder blades down and hug them in towards each other. And on your next exhale, drop your hands down towards the mat and slowly walk them towards you so you can come back up. Remove the pillows from in front of you. And you can lift up off this pillow, keep it near you or around, cross your legs behind you and just roll back onto the pillow so that you're using it still as a lifted seat. Because we did a seated forward fold quite a lot last week, you can choose to do the traditional one, or you can spread your feet as wide as your mat to allow for just a different kind of stretch and feel. Grab 2 or 3 or 4, however many pillows you want, and place them in front of you, and then grab your strap and place them on the ball points of your feet. Focus on straightening your back, lifting your chest forward, and hugging your shoulder blades in towards each other. Look directly in front of you. Flex your toes, kick your heels towards the back of the room or in front of you, and see if you can hinge forward from your hips. I am feeling very stiff, so I'm definitely using the courage of yin yoga and giving myself grace. But if you can go any forward down, you are more than welcome to do that. Just focus on keeping your shoulders back, down, and active, tucking in your core, and just closing your eyes here and breathing. This pose is encouraged by the yama of truthfulness. Think of what being truthful means to you. Are you honest to yourself, to others? How do you feel when you're being dishonest? Activate your core and see if you can really push your elbows down in towards the pillows. And you might find that with every inhale, you're lengthening more, and with every exhale, you can pull a little bit more onto your strap to go lower down. If you don't have a strap, you can also just hold on to your your calves, your shins. You can now take this moment to, again, bring attention to your neck by either moving side to side, up and down, or even drawing little circles with your head one way and then the other. Just allowing your shoulders to drop away from your ears. Look behind you on either side. Go back to what is truthfulness for you? And then on your next exhale, you can release your strap, point your toes, wiggle them. Remove the pillows from on your lap. Bend your knees or cross your legs to come into a tabletop position. Grab 1 or 2 pillows and place them in front of you. And then you can grab another pillow. I'm going to do this. So put them next to each other like this. So you've got a nice long line in front of you. Place your hands in front of the pillows and bring your shoulders directly above them, and then stack your hips above your knees. You can choose to activate your feet by curling your toes in or making this more relaxed. Take an inhale, lift your right hand up towards the ceiling. Follow it with your gaze. And then on your exhale, Bring that arm underneath you. You can tuck your pillows in closer and thread your needle, taking your left hand and placing it up behind you to feel a nice stretch on this side of your body, and take your gaze up. If you'd like to make this more challenging, you can also use your hand on the pillow to give you a little bit more, I guess, grip. Stay here for a few breaths. Tuck in your core so you can feel nice and strong and sturdy, pushing into your knees and keeping your hips squared. So you can even imagine you're drawing your left hip back slightly, and see if you can move your left hand, to the left corner of the mat or as far as possible. And in this pose, you can consider the yama of non-stealing. And what does that mean? Can it be stealing energy, time, space? Obviously, our minds go to possessions, but it's so much more than that. Almost like a possessiveness. If you would like to, you can also take your left hand and bring it to your right hip to bring you into a bind, to allow you to stretch your shoulder blades or your shoulder back and hug your shoulder blades almost in towards each other. And consider what non-stealing, what that could mean for you. Take one big mindful inhale here. Feel your belly expand. And then on your exhale, mindfully move that left hip back slightly. And see if you can go into a deeper twist. And then on the next inhale, lift your left hand up. And then exhale, place it down onto the mat and use it to prop yourself back. If you use the pillow on this side, you can bring it onto the other side. Plant your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Push firmly into them. Almost feel yourself lifting up and out. Inhale, left arm up towards the ceiling. Follow it with your gaze. And then on your exhale, release and bring your that left hand through your right and your shoulder onto the mat. Bring that pillow close to you. And then take your right hand up and out in front of you to stretch the side body. And you can use your left hand to really solidify your push into the mat to allow you to feel more sturdy and strong. Bring that right hip slightly back and squared and push firmly into your knees. Just breathe. And consider non-stealing. Could it mean doing something and not having an energy exchange? How do you steal from yourself? Almost an act of just taking away. On your next inhale, feel your belly slightly expand. Lift your right arm up off the mat and then exhale. Bring your right hand to your left hip crease or onto your back. Drop your shoulder blades down and in towards each other. And feel the nice spine. Bring your attention to your hips. See if you're putting weight on one hip over the other. And try and balance it out. On your next inhale, lift your right arm up and plant it next to you and allow it to push yourself up and out into your tabletop position. From here, you can keep your pillows in front of you, maybe move them slightly forward. Plant your forearms onto them and then just slowly lower your hips down onto the mat into a nice, comfortable Sphinx pose. Pushing your hips firmly in towards the mat. Lifting your chest up and forward. Feel that your spine bending and stretching. And then just take a few moments here to just nod your head down and then up, making them very gentle, slow motion movements. Hold and push your shoulder blades in towards each other. Activate your glutes. Make sure that when your chin reaches your chest, you are pushing your shoulders back, activating your core, and just holding your chin there for a breath or two. And then on your inhale, lift your head up gently and slowly, pushing firmly into the pillows, even pushing your hips even more in towards the mat, and looking up, feeling like a proud sphinx. And then on your exhale, slowly lower your head and your chin towards your chest. Almost as if your neck is in a ragdoll position, you're just relaxing it, letting the weight of your head drop towards the pillows. Still keeping active. Inhale, push through your legs now slightly and lift your head up, pushing down into the pillows, looking up at the ceiling. And then exhale, roll your chin down towards your chest slowly. On your next inhale, just come back to a nice neutral space in your neck where you're still up in Sphinx pose and you're looking directly in front of you. Take one big inhale, feel your belly expand and lifting you up. And then on your exhale, turn to look over your left shoulder toward your left toes. And just take a moment to look behind you. And we can explore the yama of moderation and what that means to you. Moderation of your time. How do you give others moderation? Not being excessive. Not hoarding. And close your eyes and just enjoy the stretch in your neck, lifting up and out. Remember to push firmly into your elbows here. And then slowly on your next exhale, bring your head back or your gaze back to in front of you. Take one big inhale, puff your chest forward, push firmly into those hips again, and then look over your right shoulders towards your right feet or your right foot. You only have one right foot. Pushing almost or bringing your attention to your right shoulders and making sure that you're creating space between your shoulder and your ears. It will encourage you to push more firmly into your hips. On your next exhale, look in front of you again. Take one big inhale. Feel nice and strong. And this time, bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Feel a nice side stretch in your neck. Lifting your chin up slightly. And feel if I'm giving you Sphinx pose in moderation. As you're strengthening your back. On your next inhale, bring your head back to center, looking in front of you. Chin parallel from the ground. Take one big inhale, push firmly into everywhere that's pushing into the mat or the floor on the ground. And then on your exhale, bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Into that nice side stretch. And almost feel where you're bringing tension and breathe into that tension. And then on your next exhale, come back to center. Take your right hand and place it onto that pillow that was beside you. And just lower down onto it so that you are quite flush to your pillows. Take your left hand and push it firmly onto your pillow and slowly roll out onto your shoulder to wherever it feels comfortable. And you can lower your head down to relax it onto the pillow. And if this is where you are today, that's more than okay. If you'd like to take it any deeper, you can lift that left arm back And allow it to go deeper into the twist or into the stretch. Close your eyes. Stretch your fingers on your right hand wide and push firmly into your pillow. And you can even play around with your neck to wherever it feels comfortable. You don't want any strain, even if you want to double up on your pillow and just allow for the shoulder stretch rather than the neck stretch, because we've been working on our neck a lot. So that's more than okay. Push firmly into your left foot to allow you to feel sturdy. You'll even feel your body start to align more when doing that. And breathe into any uncomfortable niggles you might be feeling at this moment. Then focus on the next yama, which is non-attachment, which then leads into the greed. I always think that when you're not attached to anything, you have more space to welcome more things into your life, have a better flow. You can have a detachment from your trauma, the past, anything that could be holding you back. And how does that affect others when you are too attached? Take one big inhale, roll that left shoulder slightly back, feel your chest pushing forward. Then lift your hand off the mat if it was behind you, place it in front of you again, and then gently roll out of that position. You can grab this pillow from the one side and take it to the other side. Firmly plant that left hand diagonal or to a T on the side of you. Lift your right knee up and roll onto that shoulder. Again, you can fold your pillow if that's what feels comfortable for you. Leaving your right hand either in front of your head, or if you are feeling confident, you can inhale, lift your arm up and place it behind you. And remember to push firmly into your right foot. Close your eyes and bring your attention back to detachment. Hugging your shoulder blades in towards each other. Just feeling the rise and fall of your tummy as you focus on your breath moving. Just a few more breaths. And on your next exhale, you can take one big inhale, really push your chest forward slightly, and then lift your hand up off the mat and place it in front of your head. And then slowly roll back onto your tummy. And get ready for Shavasana. This was a very easy class. You can put a pillow underneath your knees if you would like, and have a pillow under your head. I did play or give a suggested playlist, so if you haven't already got it on, you can put that on right now to get more relaxed. And then slowly roll one vertebra at a time onto the mat and release your feet and almost have your pinky toes spray down towards the mat. You can have your palms facing down to feel more grounded, or facing up to receive whatever energy you would like. Take one big inhale, feel the whole front of your body expand, and then hold it for a second. And then once you've held it, sigh it out, and just feel the lower back or your lower spine just sink into the mat. Release any tension you might be feeling. Let the body check in from your toes, almost as if you've got weights pulling you down in towards the ground. Move your way up to your ankles, releasing any tension. Coming to a normal breath and allowing everything to seep away from the backs of your knees, your hips, even your fingertips have weights, just pulling them down, the elbows. Relax every muscle in your face, even your eyeballs. You can take this opportunity to have a long Shavasana, so after 5 minutes, I'll say goodbye and you can just stay and be and enjoy the art of relaxation. For those of you who don't know how to get out of Shavasana, I'm going to tell you, but it does not mean you need to get out of it now. Because you can start by wiggling your toes and then brushing your fingertips against each other. And then as slowly, as gently, in any way you would like, you can tuck your knees in towards your chest and then roll over onto any side you like. And then use your top hand to just slowly lift yourself up and up. But I do suggest you stay in this for as long as you like. Thank you for joining, everyone. Have a great evening.